So I told you guys I was getting back into the MCU. Smash the like button if you want that to be the case, as I'm comparing which series get the most love on my channel, and then I'm going to be doing main series on this channel, and then the other series that don't get as much love on a different channel. I wasn't even going to do this video though. That's the crazy part. Like, I had MCU content in mind, but I hadn't touched what ifs yet, and I wasn't going to do this. But my homeboy, my lawyer GB, this morning sent me a couple posts from the classic old reliable comic vine and said, yo, I don't know much about that Ultron what if, but this looks like BS. Is it BS? And sure enough, I saw some post about Alien X versus MCU what if Ultron, and they said MCU Ultron what if at best is like galaxy level and like Planet Plus. So bunch of wild shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about why MCU Ultron has Alien X fanboys downplaying the shit out of them. Of course, I'm not referring to all Alien X fans. Not all of them are crazy. Not every fan base is all crazy. I'm just simply referring to the ones that I saw, and the fanboys that, and this happens with every character, keep in mind, but fanboys love just blatantly downplaying something or pretending like evidence doesn't exist, and it's really weird. You can have an honest discussion and your characters still win. I don't get why that has to happen. By the way, if you want to see Alien X versus MCU Ultron, let me know after the video in the comment section down below and hit the like button. But what did MCU What If Ultron do? What caused such a stir and controversy? First of all, let's talk about the multiverse, the infinite multiverse, and why that matters, right? The infinite multiverse encompasses all planes of time and space. This includes realms where the normal laws of reality, like temporality, spatiality, are actually manipulated and aren't even real compared to the natural laws. And this was explained by scientists that helped work on the Endgame movie and Infinity War and Ant-Man. And these properties are all transcended by Uatu the Watcher. Now, this is very important later on when I talk about scaling. So, Ultron in the What If, some of his most notable feats, because he does a lot of shit, but we're going to talk about, like, the most OP stuff. First of all, basically one-shots Ego, which is ridiculous. We know Ego in the MCU is a Celestial, and Celestials, even in the MCU, are going to have absurd powers that allow them to scale like to Infinity Stones, which have infinite power and beyond. And it's also crazy because in this What If, we see that the Mind Stone has infinite power. It does confirm it once more, and What Ifs have spoken on how Infinity Stones in general, like the Time Stone, can affect multiple universes and have a multiversal impact, which gives more credence to the insane power levels of the stones in the MCU. If you want a video on MCU Infinity Stones, let me know, because they operate different than the comics. But anyways, this Ultron bops Ego. He's bopped Thanos with the gauntlet. Ran off on the plug with the gauntlet on some goon shit. Like, just literally sliced Thanos apart. It was horrendous. He then has the Infinity Gauntlet. He's soloed everybody, including the Kree Empire. No one can really do shit to the What If MCU Ultron. He's just, like, ascended to a completely different level of power. And it came to the point that as the Watcher, who at this point serves as, like, the narrator of the multiverse, he sits at a level to the point that he's basically just observing it and like living vicariously through other characters and never interferes. That's like his oath. That's his thing. He does not interfere. He's just an observer and a watcher. Well, he's seeing MCU Ultron bully the shit out of everybody and goes, yo, low key. By the way, he also blew up Asgard, big L. But anyways, Watcher goes, yo, this kind of, like, drive and thirst for power, this kind of hunger, even compared to the infinite multiverse. And by the way, in the MCU, it is confirmed that there's more than one multiverse. It's an infinite amount of multiverses. So, even the infinite multiverses, they pale in comparison to this hunger. And then, of course, we get a badass fight that takes place between the likes of MCU What If Ultron and Watcher. And this is fascinating because, like I said, Watcher isn't supposed to fight. So what happens is Infinity Gauntlet Ultron breaks through the infinite multiverse and pulls up on the Watcher and starts throwing hands. And this forces the Watcher to literally have to fight back. And at that point in the exchange between the two, Ultron literally states, Watcher, yo, homeboy, you know that literally between the two of us, like the infinite multiverse and the properties of the multiverse, all that good stuff, all that is completely irrelevant to us. And then they start scrapping, right? They scrap. Literally every time he was punching the Watcher through like timelines. Every time he punched him, reality changed. It was horrible. It was a badass fight. And leaves a lot open to see what's to be done with Ultron after this. I have a couple characters I'd like to be seen coming into What Ifs and whatnot, and I think would be awesome for the MCU in general. But yeah, apparently all that I just described to you, him having literally the Infinity Gauntlet with infinite power stones that govern the laws that make up existence, him usurping Celestials in power, him fighting transcendental beings beyond the infinite multiverse. Apparently that's galaxy level to Alien X fanboys. Shout out to them. But yeah, obviously that's an absurd notion. MCU What If Ultron was an absolute beast and tore through people unlike anything we've seen before in the MCU. If you want more MCU content, if you want to see MCU Ultron, What If versus Alien X, who would actually win if they were fairly compared, feats versus feats, lore versus lore, let me know in the comment section down below and hit the like button. Let me know, who do you think will win if these two clash. Also, let me know in the comment section if you want me to do an Alien X video before I do that battle, so both characters fairly have their own scaling videos. But yeah, anyways, it's been your boy YFV, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.